Welcome, everybody, to another great episode of the Alan and Aaron Sports Talk Radio Show. I'm Alan, and today we're joined by a special guest. Have you ever seen a Tampa Bay Lightning game? Well, then you know who this person is. We are joined by none other than the national anthem singer, Sonya Bryson-Kirksey of the Tampa Bay Lightning. So Sonya's going to be joining us here in the Alan and Aaron Sports Talk Radio Show. We're going to have a great episode for you. But before we get started, let me show you something really cool. I want to thank our great sponsor for today, Chef G's Florida BarBQ sauce. So delicious and addicting, you may need a support group. So I want to thank our great sponsor for today, Chef G's Florida BarBQ sauce. Feel free to pick up a 4-pack at flbbqsauce.com. Again, that's flbbqsauce.com. Don't forget that sauce. Now, the really cool thing about Chef G is that he has something in common with Sonya. Chef G served our country and is a U.S. Coast Guard veteran. And Sonya is also a veteran of the U.S. Air Force. So we're going to go ahead and bring Sonya on. I'm so blessed to be joined by greatness. Thank you so much for joining us. And let's get started. Welcome, everybody, to the Alan and Aaron Sports Talk Radio Show. We're joined by a legend here in the Tampa Bay area, Sonya Bryson-Kirksey from the Tampa Bay Lightning. How you been so far today?
I've been amazing, doing some normal house chores, but I'm doing well.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you can join us here today. It's really remarkable how much people adore you here in the Tampa Bay area. When you think about it, what does it feel like to be loved by so many people?
It's an amazing feeling. I can't think of anything that's even better. You come into a community, as a military member and, cross over into sports, and it becomes this animal that is, it's hard to stop. It's like the beast that keeps moving, so I love it. I love the fact that the community is behind me in all the things that I do. And I love them too.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, you're really beloved. And speak about that you came from, for people who don't know, the U.S. Air Force veteran. Did you ever think at your tenure that you'll be doing national anthems?
Well, I never thought in a million years that I'd be doing what I'm doing now, for sure. But I did anthems in the Air Force. I'll say like half of my career. I did anthems for events on base, ceremonies, such as like promotion ceremonies and retirement ceremonies and stuff like that. So I was kind of like the kid on base that, they would call when those events are coming online. And then also one of my highlights of singing in the military is we had a visit from President Obama in 2014 here at MacDill, and I got to sing for his visit there. So that was very, very nice for me.
That's awesome. That's fantastic. You got a chance to meet President Obama and then sing for him. And you even sang recently for USF, my alma mater, go Bulls. You just sang for them. How was that experience too?
That was amazing as well. So I have adopted USF, kind of. I call them I am the team's aunties. So like, for instance, with hockey, I always sing for them, especially when they do the War on I-4. So I adopted them first. They were my first I was the first team auntie for them. And then I just said, you know what, USF, I'll just adopt them as a whole, as their auntie. Then that way they can call on me to come and sing for, any of the sports. And I have sang for others too, basketball, volleyball, and some others. So baseball as well. So I'm pretty much, I love being over there. I think that it helps them to see that, I'm a person, not just this person up on a pedestal, like some of the players they can't get close to, but they can get close to me.
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely a part of the team. You're a member of the team. You even got, a championship ring. Explain that experience there.
Oh, that was amazing. That was, it was tear jerking. The first one that I got, we won it in 2020, 2020, but we didn't get it until the playoffs of 2021. And so it was like one of the last games, and I got my ring, and my emotions were everywhere. So when I got the ring, the only thing I could just say was, wow, I can't imagine in another job field and being able to, let's say, take part in such a celebration of a win, like the team does. And that just made me feel some kind of way. So I think I sang extra hard that night.
Yeah. And people really gravitate to the fact that when you sing the national anthem, you sing it with your heart because of your time with the US Air Force. It builds a connection. Talk about that heartfelt singing of the national anthem 1,000+ times now.
Well, I think that it's not just the military connection. I just feel that I have always been patriotic.
Yeah.
Even from a little child, I remember just loving singing "God Bless America" and "My Country 'Tis of Thee." These are some of my favorite songs. I know that sounds weird, but patriotic songs were some of my favorite songs growing up, and so being in the military kind of added to that. So when I tell people, when I'm singing and I hear, or when I sing "Rockets Red Glare," "Bombs Bursting in Air," I remember those type scenarios, even from my own career, necessarily I wasn't in a situation where my safety was at a stake, whatever, but it was in the distance and I could see scuds,
Yeah.
in the distance, because when the enemy comes at you, they try to get you, regardless of whether you're far
Yeah.
away or not. So it just so happens that the scuds didn't reach the area that we were, where we were. But having been deployed to I call it all the stands,
Yeah.
Kyrgyzstan, Afghanistan, all of those, you see a lot of stuff that, reminds you that you live in a great nation, because you don't want to be living in places like that.
Yeah, that definitely brings to light the experience you've had. And as much as success you had a real challenge that a lot of people really, really reached out to, with your battle with MS and then COVID. When you were there at the hospital, did you say to yourself, man, this could be taken away from me because of no fault of my own?
Oh, absolutely. There was
Yeah.
many, many times that I thought that, this is it.
Yeah.
I'm done. But I have a very strong faith, and there was some point where I just dug deep down into my faith, and I realized that it wasn't my time, and I just needed to fight through it. And I did that. I think I had the faith and the fight of the whole community behind me too.
Yeah.
So that was also helpful. And my family,
Yeah.
I always say I feel so bad for my husband, because he was here alone by himself, for 30
Yeah.
days. And, he was worried as well, because couldn't come and visit. And I'm blessed all the way around, for the community, but also my family who stuck with me during that time.
Yeah, you truly are blessed, and you now blessing people with the Sony Reading Project. Please explain about that initiative to people.
I love that. So
Yeah.
when I say it that way, because I know people are like, well, of course she loves it. But the thing is that I enjoy doing it so much. So my sister and I, as we grew up, we had an elderly aunt who used to read to us all the time. So my mom was a beautician. So back in the day, she would do my aunt's hair in our kitchen.
Yeah.
She would come over to our house, and while she was getting her hair done, she would take, a couple of our readers out, and she would read to us. Now, I'm a little bit older than my sister. I'm 7 years older than my sister, but I would still enjoy listening to her read, even as I got older. She had such a performance
Yeah.
with her reading. She was like, if you think about the elders in an African tribe that told stories. She was just that great. And we love that. So we said, how do we translate that experience over to other children, so that they can have that same experience that we did? And we came up with the Sunny Reading Project. Now, it should say the Sunny and Phyllis Reading Project, because my sister is hands in with me, but she did not want her name on it. She said that she just felt like it was something that was born from the both of us, but that I should take the lead. So there's stories online. You can go to any of your platforms for podcast and put in Sunny Reading Project. It'll pop up, and then your children can listen to any of the stories that we have read online. So I've had a few readers that have not been myself. So one's my daughter. I have my two sons and my sister. So I'm trying now to get other people to kind of join in and record themselves doing the story so I can pop it on there too so they can hear those people too. But it's going a little slow, whatever. But it's only because I've been so busy and I haven't really been able to put my fingers on people and ask them.
Well, definitely you have me. I will be honored to go ahead and volunteer my service to read a children's book for the audience. That's something I really enjoy doing for my kids. So I would be honored to do that for you.
Thank you. I would definitely love for that to happen. Isn't that fun though, when you get to see their eyes, their shiny eyes looking up at you, as you read the story. I just love that feeling. I imagine that when I'm reading those stories online, that kids are, sitting either in the car or at home listening to that story, kind of bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Yes, and for people who don't know, definitely you're looking for other readers. So maybe somebody who's not a celebrity or somebody who is a celebrity can reach out to you and read a book.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Anybody. I don't care who it is. Just anybody, if you have a favorite story that you'd like to read, then just get a hold of me. And what we'll do is have you record yourself doing that. And then we'll upload it to the website. And then you can hear yourself reading a story on a podcast.
Yes, that's awesome. And then speaking of reaching out, I did see, I don't know if you noticed, but the Tampa Bay Lightning fan group on Facebook really is like a huge fan of yours, and they want you to enroll, so join the group because they are like ravishing about you.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you what my problem was for that.
Okay.
So there's a couple of groups on there, actually a few and I joined all of them initially. However, as time went by, I got like friend requests, like 40 of them every single day. So I know that people can say, oh, you can just, decline them or, delete them or whatever. And that's true, but I didn't want to have to do that every single day. So I kind of backdoored myself from all the groups online. It's not that I don't love the people or the content that they have going on in there. I'm just a normal person just like them, but I couldn't overcome the friend request that I got every day. And I don't allow everybody onto my Facebook. My Facebook is mostly for friends that are close and my family. Now Twitter and Instagram, go hog, we can, I'll have anybody that wants to be my friend on there. But Facebook is mostly for my family.
Well, we appreciate you sharing that information because, a lot of people didn't know. They were like, hey, but it's great that you explained very well exactly what's going on.
I guess that's the trouble that you have when, you're in the public a little bit. So I don't wrap my head around things like, star or a person who is above everyone else. I don't look at myself that way. I look at myself as just a normal person. I go to Sam's and buy my groceries just like you guys do. Okay. I might be in the public eye, and I know that takes some finessing at times, but I'm just a normal person.
And that's really, really, ravishing to hear that, because a lot of times when you get thrown in the public eye, because you're really good at what you do, sometimes it gets overwhelming.
Mm-hmm. It does. And it has been for me at times. There's times when, I thought I didn't want to do this anymore because of it, because it felt like my privacy was being invaded. However, I found a way to kind of handle that in a way where I didn't have to give up anything on my side, on my personal side.
Yes. So that makes a lot of sense there. One of the downfalls, unfortunately, being famous there. But yeah, for people kids or adults who, not like yourself, who get in front of a stage of people, your case is 20,000 plus and people watching worldwide, what can you say to them if they have stage fright or want to make that thrust out there in front of people?
Where you're going to always have nerves, you're going to always have butterflies. Use that to your advantage. I won't say nerves or butterflies, but I'll say overexcitement, because that's my problem. I get overexcited because as it were, I'm still a hockey fan, regardless of whether, I sing for them or not. Hockey excites me. So I get a little over the top at times. But what I have to do during the time that I am waiting to sing, when I'm in the tunnel, I bring myself back down. You know, it's almost like a centering exercise for me. I bring myself back down and calm myself. And then if you've ever been around the tunnel where I come out, you'll notice that I'm kind of bopping to the music. I could care less what's playing. It's just me trying to get myself centered for the task at hand. And then once I get out there, people are like, "Oh my gosh, do you hear the applause that you get?" and sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't, because at that point I'm very centered and I'm ready to take on this anthem. So I'm focused and ready to sing. So sometimes I hear it and sometimes I don't.
So you're almost like one of the hockey players, getting in the zone with some music, getting ready to go ahead and perform.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's wonderful. And so what are your thoughts of the Tampa Bay Lightning for this season, or your hopes?
Well, my hopes is that I get to work right into June and July again.
Yeah.
And we get to the final again. That is my hope.
Yeah.
Reality is usually that doesn't happen for a team as far as that, but I believe that we can make people wonder what's going on in Tampa Bay, because our team has heart. There's one thing that I can describe our team as having is heart, because even when the thoughts and the stats and the analytics are against us doing a certain thing, we get it done. Our players dig down deep and they push themselves to get to the goals that they know that they can achieve, when all the naysayers are saying, otherwise. So I believe that they're going to do what they set their goals and their sights to do. There's still some people on the team that have not won a cup, and I believe they want to get them to that point so that they can win that for them.
Yeah, and for the people who never had the experience of being a member of the Tampa Bay Lightning, and probably never will have the experience, what is it for you to be a part of the Tampa Bay Lightning?
Oh my goodness, it's just a big love fest. Listen, I love all those guys so much. When I see them in the hallways, I fangirl just like you guys do. Now, I'm not asking for photos and stuff, but I fangirl just like everybody else. Like there's times because I come in early for my sound check. So when I'm going through the tunnels there, going towards my area, it's for my sound check. Sometimes I run into the players. They're coming in, to get started. And I smile and wave to them. They smile and wave to me too. Sometimes we stop and have a conversation. Sometimes they have places to go, whatever. But I smile and have a little fangirl moment as well. But loving that team is so easy. I came to that team in 2013 on Pearl Harbor Day. It was the first time that I sang, and it's been an amazing thing that not just I know who they are, but they know who I am as well. And that does something to my heart, that I can walk through or see them in a crowd or see them at an event somewhere else, and they're like, "Hey, there's Sonya." Hey, and I'm like, that is so cool. I remember going to an event downtown late last year, and Killorn, I think it was, I'm trying to remember, Sorelli, Killorn, and Pat Maroon were there together, and it was on Veterans Day. So when we came in, I didn't see them initially because I was kind of scanning the crowd or whatever. And as I got closer to them, Pat Maroon stopped and looked at me, and he was like, "Happy Veterans Day, Sonya." I was like, "Thank you." Oh, so wow. That was really cool. I love the fact that they know who I am. They know what I've done. They know that I'm a veteran, all of that stuff. So it's really cool.
That's right. 20-year veteran for U.S. Air Force. So we really appreciate you joining us here on the Alan and Aaron Sports Talk Radio Show, Sonya Bryson-Kirksey. Where can we see you again, hopefully at the Amalie Arena?
Absolutely. So first I'll be singing for the Tampa Bay Rowdies on the 28th. And that's for one of their games. And then also I'll be doing one of the preseason games for the Lightning on the 29th. I don't normally do preseason. I normally hold back and only start when the opening opening night is, but they need me for that particular game. So I'm going to sing on the 29th. So I'll see you guys then.
Okay, awesome. And then the Sony Reading Project, we'll make sure it's either Twitter or Instagram. You're good to go to reach out to you there.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's right. Well, I'll definitely keep my word. Let me know when I can do that. And in the meantime, you have a blessed day.
You too. Have a great one.
Take care. God bless.
All
Thank
right.
you for joining us.
You
Bye-bye.
too. Bye-bye.